Okay.
Here we go.
Test your mic.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I think we may have like 2 for 2 streams with no technical difficulties. I know that that's like what we're
Knock
known
on
for.
wood.
We have like the most ridiculously complicated setup ever, and that's part of our problem. Okay, let me go live on Facebook real quick. Okay, so live, let me hit start here. Hang on, guys. Facebook, go live. Okay, we're live on Facebook. So thank you guys, by the way. I know it's like super late, but I see a lot of people. Do you guys sleep? Do you guys sleep? No, we don't because we have a million kids. So no, we don't sleep.
Yeah.
There are moments of nappings.
Where they close their eyes, there's sound of snoring a little bit.
Yeah.
It doesn't last for very long because our youngest, it's so funny. He will literally go to his door, open it, go, Mom!
Yeah.
And I come up and I'm like, what? He's like, and he'll wait for me to come in and he'll shut the door behind me. And he's like, lay down.
There's no sleep. All right, so listen, believe it or not, guys, for the 9 people that are here, someone just came in and bailed out. Well, it was 10. Someone bailed. Oh, no. Yeah, 10 and 2 on Facebook. Yeah. Believe it or not, we have a Kahoot game. We do have a Kahoot game set up.
I'm shocked we got it all done.
So what we're going to do tonight, so the After Dark series, first of all, I love doing stuff like this with my wife, first of all. I want to do more of this with you. Like all my other friends just bailed on me, so
I know can't
family.
Quite bail.
I know family's not going to bail on me.
Not an
right?
option.
Yeah, for the channel. So plus it's easy for us to kind of just come into the basement and hang out anyways.
Yeah, especially if we're awake anyways. It's like take these moments that we can get to spend time together and do something we enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll go over we'll catch up on the chat in just a second, but. I think we want to do like a little more adult themed with After Dark, right? So we've already got a whole bourbon channel. We drink enough damn whiskey all the time. I actually have some here. What are you doing? Pina colada?
Yes, I do.
So
this song is in my head.
I guess let's like cheers real quick to this. So cheers to you. Cheers to you guys. All 8 of you that are here. Yes, 3 of you on Facebook. I think what we want to do tonight, and you guys, by the way, if you guys want to hop in Zoom, if anybody wants to, I pinned the Zoom thing. Feel free, and we can bring you on too. We can all have a talk. But I think what we're going to talk about tonight is the underappreciation, maybe, of Gen X.
Of our generation.
Gen X.
Kind of crazy, kind of.
I think that, so Bourbon Bites, by the way, great guest that we had last night. If you haven't seen our live, or if you're watching this on a repeat, go to the Whiskey Wisdom Live Bourbon Bites episode. Mm-hmm. That was like the first Whiskey Wisdom Live, I think, that had no issues, no technical issues.
And a lot of it was just, and I think beforehand you had issues of getting stuff set up. And everything just worked out. Like yes. I had to watch it from afar upstairs, and it was a really good episode.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. But the whole point of that, though, is even Bourbon Bites, or Clifton, let's just call him Clifton instead of by his YouTube name. He even wants to be part of our generation. So I think that says something.
Yes.
I really think that says something about like Gen Xers. Yeah. And I posed the question to Brandy, Stitch Lizard. She's the one that's doing all of our shirts. Yeah. By the way, our shirts are going to be awesome. She sent us over some shirts to put in our hand.
They're all like touchy.
Yeah, so we picked out like the softest shirt possible. She does really good screen printing. Yes. We're going to launch with maybe like 10, 20 different designs. All of you Patreon guys, you guys are going to get your pick, and I'll mail them out to you guys. So those are coming soon. I'm really excited about that. But anyways, I was talking with her, and I said, do you think that each generation subsequently says the previous generation is lost? Do you think that's just like a thing that every generation does and they never are? Or do you think like really the people behind Gen X are in trouble?
I think every day, 'cause I remember very clearly when I was in high school, even a little before then, people were saying that we're just like, the same things they say for everyone. It's like, you're going to fail, you're going to this, like, you need to get your head on straight. I mean, and when the senior year for the kids who were born 1980.
Yeah.
I remember the biggest news, like, if you're born 1980, you're graduating this year. Yeah. And they're wishing the best for you guys because you're the end of Gen X. It's like, let's wish for the best. It's like,
yeah.
I remember it was on the radio talk show, and I'm like, what? Wish for the best? It's like, thanks.
So, Rusty, cheers, sir. Cheers to you. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Cheers.
This is my wife, Nicole. Nicole, this is
nice
Rusty.
to meet you.
I'm sure you've seen him on other lives.
Yes.
So Rusty,
Yesterday.
what do you think? Do you think that Gen X is the last generation? And we have some articles that we want to go over in just a minute to kind of pull this whole conversation together. Do you think that our generation is like the last generation that's like keeping the world in order right now? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do, but not completely. There's some elements of was it millennials? There's an element of millennials that are on our side. I would say not as many, as there are Gen X, but yeah.
So what are our kids? Our kids are what, Gen
Name.
Z?
I,
I think they actually were starting to name like Hudson's generation as like Generation COVID or something weird.
yeah, I think
he
one
was
was like
born
Alpha. Or
in
there's
2020.
I think they ran out of letters, started going with like Alpha. I mean, I know I stopped keeping.
Yeah.
track.
All right. Let me catch up on chat real quick, Rusty. We haven't even looked at it yet. The anticipation is killing me. ZC. Yeah. We were literally like running around behind the scenes trying to get this on time. We did this last minute here. Technical difficulties, Baker.
I got tangled.
Yeah,
at level 6
I think it was
of
like more just us rushing. I don't think we really had any issues going live, luckily. Nick Harrigan's here. Hi. I'm reading the chats before I can pull them up because the chat started before I had the thing ready. Spooky Taste says rain sounds nice. Feature waiting for. I love the rain. Yes, I love the rain.
It's been raining
Tater
tonight,
Dom.
too.
Oh wow, after hours party. Cheers, Matt and everyone. Tater Dom. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Whiskey Corner's here. Hey, cheers,
Hey.
Whiskey Corner. Will Matt jump on without a shirt and cowboy hat tonight? Tune in to find out, folks. Yeah, there's a 0% chance that's ever gonna happen. RJ is a braver man than I am, that's for sure. Okay, I think we are okay. The Zoom. Yeah, so I can pull the chat in here. All right, Whiskey Corner says like the '80s vibe. Yes,
We
we're
do.
definitely '80s fans. That's going to be the main topic for tonight. Troy from Baker Drinks, brilliant. Matt just got everyone to watch 15 minutes of nothing.
You're welcome.
I
Sorry.
I don't know if that's an insult. I don't know. All right, Troy. Sorry. Sorry. Wasn't there? I mean, all right.
He's joking.
Let's see what else. Bigger drinks. No one appreciates my generation. Yeah, I agree. And
There's gonna be a-
you'll enjoy this conversation.
Yeah,
then.
there's a quote coming up that I think fits.
Graham Watkins, new name. Just found your channel. I have loved all the info I've absorbed from you guys. Graham, cheers to you, sir. Graham Watkins, thank you for joining tonight. Gonna get some sleep just to say cheers and hit the like button. Good night, everyone. Whiskey Corner, thanks for hopping in and hitting the cheers button.
Good night.
All right, I'm officially caught up on chat, Rusty. Go ahead, continue. I don't even know if you were talking, but if not, we can go on to our next.
Yeah, that. So my kids, I had my kids really, really young. All my kids are grown up and gone. They're got their own kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So what years were your kids born in?
90. My son was born in 90. My daughter was born in 93.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So they would be millennials. And you know what? I think you're right. I think that millennials initially got kind of a bad rap for being like quote unquote lazy. I think that was like the millennial stigma for a while.
Yeah.
And I think that was definitely part of. I remember hearing that a lot, and I think now that our generations are kind of like closer in adulthood, I don't think that's a fair characterization.
No,
of millennials
I've worked
anymore.
in a major company years ago, and I've worked with millennials, and they definitely work hard. You can't say a blanket statement if they're all the way. They're not.
Anybody that has anything bad to say, or any Gen Xer that has anything bad to say about millennials, you raised them.
Yeah. Good point, Rusty.
Touche.
Touche. Great point.
I mean, yeah.
I agree with you, and I think that, looking at the I guess the current generation. So what's generation now? Generation Z? It's got to be.
I guess Google.
Like,
I
what
guess
else would it be?
Google it.
Yeah. Okay. What's after millennials?
I think it's Alpha, actually.
Yeah.
What
That's
generation is after
I put 2020.
millennials? You're right. Generation Alpha. Okay. So, looking at like what our generation was, it's interesting to me because, like, where do you think the whole, or what is the solution? I guess maybe that's a better question to pose with, like current pay and environments versus cost of living right now, right? So like for me, I left my house when I was 16. Actually, I got kicked out of my house, but I left, and I'll never forget. Yeah, I was like the worst teen, like every stereotypical thing in a teenager that you could possibly be, like in those movies. I was like the biggest asshole teenager ever. Don't fault my parents at all. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I remember my dad handed me the car keys to like this really shitty Nissan Sentra he had. It was a manual. And he was like, "Can you drive a manual?" And I lied and I said yes. And he was like, "All right, you're out of the house. Here's your car." And I was like, "Okay." I took the keys and he lived in like a little cul-de-sac. And so I drove in a cul-de-sac for about 30 minutes and taught myself how to drive a manual. And then I left and I lived with a friend in a trailer that was Hatch.
Yeah.
For like, how long was I living there for?
That was before my time.
Yeah, that was like, gosh, I probably lived with him until I was about 19. And then I finally got my shit together and got back in school and ended up finishing school. And man, that was a whirlwind of a thing. But anyways, my whole point though is like back then you could get like shitty jobs and still pay for things.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm looking for a new car for like one of my millions of kids that we have. It's like 60 grand minimum for a fucking car. Like, holy shit.
I don't know how how people, any generation,
Yeah,
could
and so,
actually handle affording general things like a vehicle, a house, like roof over your head, just general things.
yeah, and so there's this whole like common theme where it's like that I see companies say specifically where they say, "Oh, nobody wants to work anymore." But it's like, okay. And then I started listening to like that generation's complaints, and it's like, all right, fine. I get up and bust my ass. I come home, post-tax, $2,000 a month. My rent's like $2,000. The fuck am I doing?
It's like,
I'm like,
back with mom and dad. It's like, what do you do?
It's like, yeah, you go back and live with your parents again. Then they get made fun of for not leaving the house yet. But like when we got our first apartment together, we were in Alpharetta, which I don't know if anybody knows Alpharetta. It's like the ritzy part of
affluent.
Georgia. Very, very high end. And our two-bed, that was a big apartment.
No, it was a one bedroom. It was big. It was just one bedroom.
Yeah, you might be right. It was a one. It was $700 a month.
Yeah, now I
So
can
between the
only-
two of us, it was like $350 each. I mean, that's fucking nothing.
No.
There's no way you could find anything like that anymore.
So were you born right around there? Were you born in Georgia? And
I
raised
was.
there?
Yeah. Well, I was born in Maryland, but I consider Georgia my home. I moved here very, very young. I moved here when I was like 9. So I've lived here like my whole life.
I'm opposite. I'm from Maine. I'm a Yankee, and I've lived all over. I've lived in Maine, Massachusetts. I lived in South Carolina, Georgia. I lived kind of everywhere and in between growing up because I just moved a lot.
I grew up around Mableton and Austell for a while.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That's near Dallas, right?
Yeah.
That side of.
Yeah, that side. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like that generation, and I don't know what the solution is. I don't know what it is, other than I guess reduce. But see, the thing too that happens, and I'll shut up in just a second. I know I'm kind of dominating this conversation, but the other thing that I've noticed that happens too throughout my entire life is whenever somebody raises the price of something for a temporary reason, right? I remember back in like 2001 when all of that shit was happening with World Trade Centers and the housing market, the whole like Big Short shit happened.
Yes.
I remember that gasoline prices spiked for a while. I remember that. Mm-hmm. And gas, when I was driving around, gas was like 79 cents, 69 cents a gallon.
It was under $1.
Yeah, and I remember when it got to $1, I was pissed. I was like, $1? Fuck this, man. I was like, fuck this gas shit. I got it killed to go back to $1 gas.
Yeah.
But anyways, I remember when gas spiked to like $3 for the first time way back then. And I remember we got a letter from our trash company, and they were like, "We are temporarily increasing prices due to the gas shit." And guess what?
It's never gone back down. It's been years.
They never go back.
It keeps going up.
Yeah, and so I think the prices of cars, the prices of apartments, the prices of housing,
and food. Don't forget food.
Yeah,
you
and
gotta
food,
eat.
because everybody's used to paying this now. Like, what incentive do they have to lower the prices ever again?
And honestly, too, a lot of places, it's hard to find a company to pay a wage that what they want. The thing is, it's like no one's going to pay you like $40,000 a year for entry level like flipping burgers type of thing. It's like they expect a little bit more, but the thing is, it's like it has to be a give and take, I think.
Yeah, I agree. So, okay, we got this article here. It says common traits of a Gen Xer, right? So independent. But again, to Rusty's point, so your parents kind of instill these values in you,
Yes.
right? And so my dad's generation, I love my dad to death. When we were growing up, our relationship, we have the best, both my mom and my dad, I've got a great relationship with them now. But I don't know, I feel like that generation wasn't as, I don't know the word I'm looking for. Not that they weren't close with their kids, but I think like affection is different than it is with our generation.
Well, I'm going to stop you there because I can tell you from my experience is like, for instance, for my family growing up in Maine, my great grandparents had a camp up in Maine in the backwoods bush country near Allagash of Maine.
Bush country.
In a sporting camp. So they lived out there, but the kids went away for school.
Okay.
So my grandmother, she went away, and when my mom, she wasn't that way at all. But when I started going to school, she started working. And I remember she tried to work the school hours, like she'd work at a local school. So when the school was out, she was out. But now we have more generation where the kids are more likely to be home alone. And
You're talking about like
the
generation now?
No, the next generation. Because a lot of the parents, because now we have to have 2 incomes to afford most anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Versus
Okay.
previously, usually the mom was always home, and if they couldn't, there was a valid
that's
reason.
Interesting. I hadn't thought about that.
Because now we have more 2 incomes.
Yeah.
And for me, there's a time that we both worked.
Yep.
And I see the difference between the kids that went to daycare from literally the moment they were 6 weeks old to our kids now who are with me all the time.
Yeah.
And I feel a difference with them. Our interactions are completely different.
Yeah. I agree with you on that. That's a good point. I hadn't thought of that.
Because my oldest, like Zach, like most of the time there's always daycare.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of issues with sickness from all the daycare germs.
Yeah. That's an understatement.
But our youngest, he has an immune system of a horse. But we're very much like connected at the hip.
Yeah.
But I find him still though very independent.
Yeah.
He'll do stuff on his own. So there's a lot of stuff in there.
My childhood and I think a lot of the Gen Xers was, we were a lot of us was the latchkey generation. I came home from probably second grade on to an empty house.
Yeah.
For several hours. Yeah. You can't do that now.
Oh no.
They'll lock you.
Well, you're right.
You'll get reported now.
Our babysitters were when the streetlights came on. That was we would go. I remember I would leave my house on my Huffy bike, and we'd go from house to house to house to house trying to find somebody to play with. And when the streetlights came on, we'd head on home, and that was it.
My mom's rule was if you could see in better than you could see out, it was time to come home.
Yeah.
That or the street light, because we lived growing up. For me, like we moved a lot, so we're always in apartment complexes. So there really wasn't all these street lights, because we weren't all in houses. It was apartments. So when we could see in the apartments, better than you could see out of them, it's come on in.
Yeah.
Type of thing. And there was a creek, our apartment complex. There was a creek going between 2 of the buildings, and I was out there all the time. I'd come home half the time half soaked. Mom's like, "What have you been doing?" I'm like, "Just playing."
Yep.
I'm alive.
I don't know how that I never died. Some of the crazy.
We had water moccasins. I never got bit once, and they were all through that creek. Never got bit. I did fine.
with that being alone and having to figure stuff out on your own, I think it made you more independent and more. Where now kids, you can't, if you let a kid go out in the front yard and nobody's out there with them and somebody drives by, they're going to call the damn law, which is stupid in my opinion, but
So do you think that because we grew up with no cell phones. Like pagers were in my life at
Oh, and don't forget, if we went to a grocery store, they would leave us in the car with the windows out going. And we had no cell phones, no
that's
way to
true,
call
yeah.
mom and dad. Something weird's going on. We just sat in the car,
So
just waited.
what do you think about social media? Do you think social media has hindered or helped
Both.
generation? Yeah, I agree.
It's both. It's like anything else. There's good aspects to it and there's bad aspects to it, and I don't know. You need parental guidance, and that's just not happening. They're just putting these tablets in front of these kids and letting them go.
So how many grandkids, I guess, do you have?
3.
Okay. Man, what's that like? I'm so waiting for that to happen.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, I'm so ready for it.
I have
man.
a 3-year-old, so no.
I'm not. I hate to say it, but they're my grandkids. I love them, but I can only handle them for about 15 minutes, and then it's like, okay, y'all go back to your house.
I've already raised a bunch of kids once. I don't need to do it again.
Yeah, no, I can't. The screaming and the crying and running around, and it's like, yeah, okay, cute, bye.
Women are uniquely qualified,
Yes.
much more than men to deal with that shit.
Especially when you have a 2-year-old who loves vacuums that pushing around.
Oh my god, yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. I am, I don't know, cautiously excited or hesitant. I don't know. Like, it's gonna be so weird to be a granddad. Like, holy shit, think about that. We're going to be grandparents eventually. That's fucked up.
Eventually. I mean, I know people my age who are becoming grandparents. And it's just, it never hits me until I realize, like, I am in my 40s. Like, I think my mom was in her 40s when we had Zach.
So how old were your kids when they first had their kids?
Let's see.
That way,
Ashley, 20-something, 22, I think.
Okay. See, so we got plenty of time. We got plenty. We got 5.
Don't jinx.
We got 4. We got 6 years left ish. Yeah, that's about right.
First.
We're good. I feel better now. So it'll be another 6 years until we're grandparents.
This is recorded.
Man, that's crazy. That's so crazy. So do you think that now that they've had kids, do they appreciate their old man a little bit more?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And I love it. And I love to go over to their house and turn on the TV and open the refrigerator, and leave the front door open with the air conditioner on, and I do it all.
Throw shit on the floor, dump some cereal behind the refrigerator.
On the couch and in between the cushions.
Kick like a French fry under the oven. Yeah. Do all that shit where you're like, God, man, I gotta clean all this shit up.
Turn all the lights on every house.
Dude, I to this day, I come downstairs and every fucking light is on. And I'm like, how is every light on at 2 a.m? My kids will come down to get a snack and every light, hall light, stair light.
Scary.
It's like,
nothing changes.
My God.
Everything's been the same way for how many years, but no, it's scary.
Yeah, and I went through and I replaced like all of the lights that stay on the most with LEDs. I just saw no change in our power bill, like nothing.
I think
Those
that's
LEDs
the
are bullshit.
It's more AC than anything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Especially in Georgia, we run the AC so much. Our power bill, I think our last power bill was like $450. Can you believe that?
Ouch.
It's crazy.
Do you have an old house or what?
2011.
Yeah, 2011.
So, but my son lives in the basement, and he's got a separate AC unit.
Yeah.
And then we've got a main one upstairs. And I mean, I'm telling you, in Georgia, it's just always running.
Yeah, it's in the little. But thing is, we set it for like 70, but it's always running.
Especially for like this summer. This summer has been insane.
Yeah.
There's been 109-degree days.
Yeah.
So this has not been.
You might need to look into a little more insulation up in the attic or whatever. It'll help, man.
Yeah, really what we need is the doors. You can like our front door, for example, every time I walk by it, I can kind of see sunlight coming through. So I need to like reseal, like get those seals probably replaced.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of stuff we could do.
Yeah, those seals kind of got messed with when we painted the house too.
See, we're talking about home updates. This is Gen X shit, man. This is how old.
Welcome to our life.
This is how old we are. We're like, I could probably fix that seal around the door.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so.
Hey,
How was your weekend been, Rusty?
I cut the grass.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you had that on your mind. You were offering to cut my grass yesterday, so I appreciate that.
Yeah. I cut the grass and I did a load of laundry.
There you go. Look,
that's
man,
what I did.
If that was all my weekend entailed of, I think that would be pretty nice, actually. What about any 10 high? You got it. What have you been drinking tonight? Anything?
I'm drinking finishing off my Weller. That's special reserve.
Wait. Is that the green one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Somehow I didn't know that you had that.
well, they're so good.
Okay, there we go. What do you like about, or what, are you a big fan of that one?
It's okay. It's not superb, but it's okay. It's drinkable.
Oh shit, I just realized that there's a ton of chat. Holy, dude.
You
Sorry.
The thing never moved.
Yeah, it never dies.
Moved.
I'm so sorry. No wonder people are probably pissed off I'm ignoring them. The chat thing never moved. Hang on, let me catch up on chat here. Ted Dom have a good one. Let's see, Troy. Oh, no insult. Love the graphics. Your IT skills are legit. Okay, cool. Dude, the chat thing never moved. You saw it. It wasn't moving.
Yeah, nothing was happening. Our first technical
I'm glad
difficulty.
yeah, there you go. There's the first one.
There you go.
Do you have? So on me, if I don't go up and click live chat and just top chat, it won't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it was weird. It was moving the whole time, and then it just
What's
stopped.
the best whiskey or bourbon for being on a budget between $30 to $50? Okay, first of all, $30 to $50, that's not a fucking budget bourbon in my opinion. You can go under 20. You got 30 to 50, get rare breed.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. Now, you want to go under 20, I would get like the Benchmark Foolproof. That's a great bottle. The early times, Evan Williams, the Evan Williams bottle and bond, rock solid bottle.
Fantastic.
The early times is good. I mean, there's so many great options under 20. Why?
I haven't had early times yet.
I don't know why they're sticking at 30 to 50. I would just go with rare breed. I'm looking for a second job because I want a new car. Yeah, seriously, Laura, I hear you. I bet all these people have already left. Look how much chat we got to catch on. Jesus. 6 Hours here. Hello, friends. Hey, 6 Hour. How are you doing, sir? Cheers to you. William Hall, cheers all. Gyro Wright. Whiskey Wisdom with the After Hours Live. Let me grab my Glen. Cheers. All right. Cheers to you. Hey, Bobby's here. I assume he's here. I don't know if he's still here.
Sorry.
This came in 1:42. Oh, okay. It only came in 2 minutes ago. Hey, Bobby. How you doing? Bobby, are you good for the 22nd? Let me know. I would love to have you on, my man. I sent you an email. Let me know if you're good for Friday. I think it's the 22nd, right? Yeah, Friday the 22nd. Early times has been good tonight. Sadly, not black cap. Yeah, there's a whole lot of controversy between the black cap and the blue cap. Bad X Bourbon Dom. Okay, am I caught up? No, I'm not caught up. Jeez. Cheers, Bobby. Taylor Dom says.
Oh, I think they're all saying.
They're all saying cheers to Bobby. Okay, thanks for the choices. Cool. Okay. Now I'm caught up in chat, and I will make sure that the damn scroll bar is working.
Yes.
Next time. All right. What was the other thing that you had that we wanted to talk about?
That was that article with the 4. We didn't finish it. We just got to the first one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the things. It's like, okay, work-life balance. I don't know about that.
That sounds just like you. That's the thing.
Yeah, it does it though, because I'm just always working, always.
No, but go back up. No, because it's talking about.
Gen Xers value a healthy balance between time spent at work and personal time. Now, I definitely value that. I don't know.
And you want to pursue your own aspirations.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that.
Look, we're standing in one of them.
I agree with that. Yeah, that's for sure. The Opossum Crew. Hey, I've never seen that name before. Cheers, Opossum Crew. Cheers to you.
Cheers, Opossum Crew.
Flexible and informal. I definitely agree with that. Technologically adept. Okay, I agree with that one. I think we went from, or at least I did. I went from like the VIC-20 to the Commodores to the Atari 2600 to the whole video game boom, right? Mm-hmm. Like, dude. By the way, my mom. Listen to this, Rusty. My mom. She was one of the first people who just dumbed into buying like the Nintendo when it first came out. They had to piggyback off of Teddy Ruxpin. That was how they got into the toy store. And Nintendo said, listen, because you got to remember at the time, the whole video game industry was collapsing, right? Because what had happened was Atari had created the 2600 specifically, they had created a system that anybody could develop for, anybody. And so what was happening was everybody was just making these shit games to just throw it out there for sale because they were trying to like latch on to everybody buying games. And so everybody was buying these games and they'd get home and be like, this sucks. It was like horrible.
Yeah.
And so Nintendo came along and they were like, okay, we still see something here. And so what they ended up doing is they made this thing called the NES chip. Okay, and that's why like on all Nintendo games, there was a little Nintendo seal of quality. I don't know if you remember that. And that was referencing they had a security chip inside each cartridge that made it so that you could not develop freely on the Nintendo. You had to go through Nintendo to license it, and Nintendo had to vet the quality of the game. And they would only allow something like 4 games per year per company. So you had to give Nintendo like your 4 best games.
You've been doing a lot of research
Oh,
on
dude,
this.
look, man, I know all about this shit. Anyway, so I went from anyways, where I was going with this is my mom happened to get the Teddy Ruxpin and the Nintendo that day, and she bought me an NES cartridge, which was like it was one of the prototypes that came before Super Mario and Duck Hunt were combined in one cartridge. So it was like one of the early runs of the Nintendo game that they don't even make that anymore. It was
because that's what I had. First I said it was the Mario slap.
Right.
I remember it was Mario.
And I remember
and
being
the
pissed
Duck Hunt.
because everybody had this Duck Hunt game, and I'm like, how the fuck did I not have this Duck Hunt game? Anyways, that game just sold for $300,000 at auction. Can you fucking believe that shit? It's like unbelievable. Well, that specific game, the one without the duck, I was like, Jesus Christ, that's nuts.
That's like I remember getting Nintendo. It had the pad thing that the exercise
the
pad,
power pad.
The power pad had that, and I rarely use it. I was always out doing stuff, but I had the Teddy Ruxpin. I had Cricket. I don't know if you remember. Your sisters probably would remember that, but Cricket was the doll whose mouth moved, and it was like if you would hold it, it would stand like this. Okay.
Cricket? No, I don't remember that.
It had this like sweater vest, and I remember getting it, and it just kept moving its mouth, and I'm like was not impressed, and I'm like, this is not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, but
that's how most toys were in the '80s. Either it was really cool or what were they thinking?
Bobby, by the way, the Zoom chat's pinned. If you want to hop on the Zoom and say hey, or just drop in and just say hey real quick, slam your axe around a couple times. Let me know. I'm trying to get him on the show for so long. William Hall, cheers from Troy. Anyways, so I would agree. I would say that we were kind of forced into that world very early.
Yeah.
And we were in the world when the technology boom was happening. With the very start of it, there was no internet. And so to Rusty's point, we were kind of forced to like figure shit out on our own.
Yeah.
And I remember like literally reading books. I remember getting books, like learning how to program. Like that's how fucking old I am. Hang on, I gotta turn the air on. Hold on a second. Go ahead.
I'll say my funny story while you're running and doing that. When I remember as a kid, I think it was my grandfather who bought me a keyboard. I think it was a Commodore keyboard, just the keyboard.
Right.
And I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like there was nothing else with it. It was just
he didn't know there
was anything else to it. He just like, here, I got you this. It was like either my birthday or it was something. It was just the box. Open up, I'm like, and so for years I used to pretend like play school, and I'd be like just playing on this keyboard.
Are you serious?
I didn't know what to do with it.
Oh my god!
My buddy had a Commodore 64. Now we're talking. This is like what, 1985.
Yeah, around
there. Commodore 64, and he had all the stuff for it. He had the cassette player that you plugged in because that was where you're programming on some of your stuff. But he also had a floppy, big 5-inch floppy.
Yeah.
And we got on there, and honest to God, there were bulletin boards. Now this would be the very beginning of the internet. You set the receiver down on the phone thing, and you dialed it in, and you couldn't do anything, but it would bring up this, and there'd be like ads and all kinds of stuff. And honest to God, he had a telecommunication disc, and another kid from the school had the same thing, and we connected over the phone lines 2 Commodore 64s, and we could type. You couldn't see what you were typing, but the other guy on the other end could see what you were typing. So and vice versa. And we did that shit in 1985. Swear to God.
No, I believe you. I know exactly what you're talking about. And there was a fix for that. If you turned on local echo, you would have been able to see what you were typing. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, we didn't know anything.
I remember all those BBSs. There were door games, is what they were called. So you could log on to these BBSs, and depending on the access you had, you could get to like different areas in. So like imagine like a screen that's designed with like ASCII characters, right? Because there was no like VGA graphics back then.
Yeah.
So like it's hard to explain. Anyways, what an interesting time, man. I remember thinking that was like so incredible to be able to sign onto a bulletin board. And that was, but do you remember the Jolly Roger Anarchist Cookbook? Do you remember that? Is that something that was anything that you've ever even heard of?
I remember the name Anarchist Cookbook. I don't remember having Jolly Roger on there.
Maybe I'm wrong about that. I think it was by Jolly Roger.
Maybe.
I remember.
Troy says, not sure what I like better, Oregon Trail and the C64 or Asteroids on the Atari 2600.
Oh, Oregon Trail. I could play that for hours.
Asteroids, come on.
Yeah,
Oregon Trail.
Both of those are great games. I remember I used to make my name like something like dirty or bad on Oregon Trail. So when people would see your grave tomb, it'd be like, Dickhead is here, Dickhead died here.
In our school computers, we played it, but it was like a green screen.
Yeah.
It's like we do our typing.
Yeah.
And it'd be on a green screen. We're done. We could play whatever games is on it. And it was Oregon Trail. I think that was it. So for the last like 10 minutes of class, everybody was playing Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
And it was all.
Asteroids is a great game too. The only problem with the Asteroids on the 2600 is if you ever move, you're fucked because you're just in this indefinite moving flight, and it was so hard to like stop from moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, good times, man. Kevin L says sleep. All right, cheers, Kevin L. Thanks for swinging in. I appreciate it. All right, we got a Kahoot game. Do you want to do this Kahoot game, Rusty?
Oh hell yeah!
All right, well let me kick you out, and we'll do a Kahoot game real quick, and then we'll bring it back. All right.
All right, man.
All right. Cheers.
So,
how
are we gonna do this?
What do you mean? How are we gonna do this?
Like with the different first, second, and third.
Oh, you mean like pricing?
Yeah.
I mean, we can do this. It's our first like after dark. Let's do. Look, there's only 11 people here, so there's a high probability. There's what, like 20% of the people are gonna win. Yeah, and she's not winning. We'll do the same thing. We'll do $100 first, 25 or 50 second, 25 third. All right. And listen, this one's not nearly as hard as the music one. The music one was intentionally hard because Major Zero kept winning everything, and he told me that music was his. He keeps saying it's his autism. I don't think he's
Achilles heel.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably better.
What was the Princess Bride where he's like, I don't think that word means what you think it means. He keeps saying that.
You really understand.
Yeah, okay. I'm here for After Dark. 6 hour. Cheers, man. I really appreciate you showing up.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the Kahoot. All right, hang on. You talk to the audience while I pull it up and get it ready.
Oh yeah, this is. Yeah, he was setting up Kahoot. I was like, I want to try setting it up. And so I'm downstairs like Googling different stuff, and he's just like. I think it was like
dude, I've got this
chat thing or whatever.
Yeah, I've got it down to a science.
There's all
how to
the
make
questions. I'm like, well, I'm glad I could help.
Yeah,
I'm like on Notepad.
Dude, I now I go to ChatGPT and I'm like, give me 20 questions about whatever topic. And it's like it spits it out. I'm like,
yeah, write me a novel. All
right, let's see.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a really good one.
Yeah, it's gonna be really easy though. It's gonna be like people are used to harder ones. I'm telling you.
Yeah, the music one. Because to me, if I hear the music, I do much better than asking me like, which one of the four got this award or this, or it's like I don't know. I just know I like the song or not.
I like doing the Kahoot games. I think they're fun.
Yeah, they're definitely fun. I enjoy it.
Okay, classic mode.
Got it.
Okay, cool. All right, let me move over to the browser. Oh, let me get rid of that stupid music. Boom. All right, Bobby, if you're here, man. Oh, Pure Mustard is here. Guess I chimed in at the right time. 100% Pure Mustard. Yes. All right, let me pull up the little thing. It's kahoot.it.
Not oot.
Laura is like, I already got this, man. She's like, I got this. Go to kahoot.it and punch in that code, and you should be able to join. Now, listen, My daughter just joined. That's amazing. Now listen,
That's her.
if only 4 people join, we can't do like a Kahoot thing, because then like, well, no, I guess minimum 4.
Yeah, because even then, it's like you think about it. At least I'll have.
All right, we got 4. Okay,
Hold on,
we got
give
4.
Them,
yeah.
Give them another minute,
Yeah.
because we have.
There's 13 people here.
Yeah.
Let's give people a minute.
It's fun. I love these Kahoot games. Come on, people.
5
You can win
people.
a prize.
Hang on, I got some Kahoot music. Let's turn this on while we wait.
And it's fun.
Why can we not hear that music?
I don't know. It's doing something. Just we can't hear it
Oh, it's
doing
because
something.
it's really quiet. Okay. All right, we'll give it like another 10 seconds, I guess.
What time is it? It's almost 2.
I don't know. You want to talk about your green comet while we wait for people to join?
Oh, this was today.
Green comet. Oh, it's happening today?
It's happening on the September 12th. Apparently, a comet is going to be going by Earth, and you can see it with the naked eye. So, hopefully.
And it's like what, the first green comet ever?
I don't remember.
The rare green comet.
I thought it was interesting because I love space things.
Nishimura, after the amateur Japanese astronomer who discovered it, is about half a mile in size and will pass within 78 million miles of Earth on September 12th. Interesting.
I can't wait to see it.
You really think you're going to be able to see that from here?
Well, it depends if it's raining. We are in the
All right,
south.
I guess this is it.
We need to get a telescope that works.
Yeah, I know, we really do. I want to get one where we can actually punch in coordinates and it just goes.
And we
to
sit
it.
there with a telescope we've had and literally could aim it at the moon when it's full, and we still can't see the moon
Well, I want to say
through the
the Eagle Rare
telescope.
10 decent. Okay, I have not had the Antique and Eagle Rare. I have not tried that. I don't have an Antique 107 right now, actually. Okay, I guess this is it, man. So you guys are going to have great odds if nobody else is going to join. We got 14 people here. Last call, guys. $100 on the line. This is like a cakewalk with nobody joining.
For first,
and an easier.
50 for second, 25 for third. I mean.
All right, 10, 9, 8,
8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
and
1.
1.
All right, here we go, guys.
Let's go.
Let's do it. And it's got the, wait, did I load the right one?
Yes, that's
Yes,
right.
okay. Well, that was like the wrong icon. I had like an After Dark icon. All right, here we go, guys. Easy questions. Easy questions.
Here we go.
Gen X experienced the introduction of the first commercially available what? Microwave oven, personal cell phone, VCR, or electric car? You could kind of make arguments for some of these,
Well, it's
honestly,
definitely
but
not in the
I think
it's
one of
not
them
in
is
the
like,
picture.
one of them is like the biggest one, though. I think, in my opinion. So I don't want to. Laura's gonna get off. Okay, good, good. Everybody agreed. Thank goodness I wasn't controversial like Twilight. I'm still getting Twilight shit, like to this day.
The cell phone. I mean, I remember my grandmother had a cell phone that was like in the middle console, had this huge bag. You pull it out, it's like a
Sour
cord.
pure mustard. In 1980s, Generation X popularized which fashion and trend characterized by brightly colored clothing and accessories?
Remember this next time you're invited to a 1980s
Grunge,
party.
preppy, punk, goth. Do you remember the hypercolor T-shirts? Did you ever have
With
those?
the hands print. I didn't have one, but it's about the one you touch it and it
Yeah,
changes
yeah.
color.
What was like by heat? Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
like
never-
everybody would take them and twist them.
And people would be.
Yeah. Why hasn't? Yeah, preppy. Good job. Why hasn't that come back, man? I like hypercolor T-shirts.
I've seen.
Taylor on the board. Look at you coming up there. Rusty in second, Sig Sauer in first. Baker hanging in there. Pure Mustard still on close to ranking position. The Challenger disaster, which had a profound impact on Gen X, occurred in what year?
I actually remember this.
I do too. They shut down school when this happened.
You want to hear a crazy thing? The teacher that was on the Challenger,
Yeah.
I'm going to butcher her name, but she was a teacher up in New Hampshire, and a friend of mine I went to school with, it was her cousin's teacher.
Rusty jumping in first. Was it really? That's fucked up. That's crazy.
That's how 6 degrees of separation from someone who
Wow.
knew somebody on the shuttle.
That's crazy.
Like, it wasn't even 6 degrees.
6 Sauer, 3 in a row correct. All right, next one, guys. Gen X witnessed the rise of personal computers with the introduction of the iconic what? I don't think we mentioned this one specifically, but we did kind of talk about computers.
Yep. And I remember the hole on the side.
See, people
put
may
stuff
guess
into it.
wrong. Okay, good. Okay, good. Macintosh, yep. Oh, I think Rusty. I hope Rusty didn't go Comp 64 because we were talking about that. See if he moves. He didn't move, and he's on fire, so he got it right. That means he got that right. Bam. Tater Dom and Taylor drops off Taylor. Aww. I got faith in you, Taylor. You'll come back. You got this, Taylor. All right, Tater Dom moving up. Baker's still hanging in there. Gen X saw the rise of which popular dance craze in the 80s? Dude, remember like the Warriors and Car Wash and Breakin'?
No, the Electric Slide.
Oh, come
Every
on.
wedding had that dance I went to.
Oh no,
up.
Taylor.
Everyone.
I could see Taylor guessing disco. We're not that old, Taylor. Come on. Professor Rusty still on fire. Good job, Rusty. Gen X witnessed the end of the Cold War, marked by the fall of the what? See, this is easy. This is so
easy.
much.
I remember this too.
This is so much easier than the music one. How's your pina colada?
Very good.
Love you. Yes, Berlin Wall. Had to be Taylor, the Adrian.
Do you remember all the songs in the
Taylor,
80s?
I love you, sweetheart.
All the 80s songs that dealt with regarding this at that time.
Rusty still hanging. Oh, Rusty got that one. Did Rusty get that wrong? He's not on fire anymore. All right, here we go. Which Gen X musician fronted the band Nirvana and played a significant role in popularizing grunge music? In my opinion, this person was responsible for putting a line in the sand from 80s music and just blew it up with a bomb. I still remember where I was when I first heard Smells Like Teen Spirit on the radio. Can you believe that? I literally remember what room I was in, and I remember just being in awe, and I was like, what is this music?
I don't remember. I just remember where I was living at the time, and I remember it was everyone at school dressed in that grunge.
Yeah. And then
I was living in
hacky sack and skateboarding.
It was flannels, everything baggy.
Yeah, flannel. Yeah, flannel.
And plus, at the time, I was living in Maine, so everyone went to LL Bean.
Wait, hang on. Which Gen X musician is known for being the lead vocalist of the alternative rock band Radiohead?
Oh.
Weirdly enough, I never really got into Radiohead that much. Isn't that weird? I love music too, but Radiohead just somehow, just kind of.
What the hell am I doing here?
Yes, correct. Is Rusty still up there? He's still up there. Sig Sauer within 120 something points.
Yeah.
Watch out, Rusty. Sig Sauer's catching up. Pure Mustard. Pure Mustard, the best name ever. Hanging in there. I love mustard. There's no calories in it. You can put it on anything. Who is this? This is a picture reveal. Here, you guess who it is, because I don't think you know.
You don't think I know?
Yeah, who is it? I mean, I think you know who he is. I just want to see
how.
You can say it. Yeah. We're on.
Of course I know who that is.
We're on a delay, so they would have guessed. Mike Tyson. Somebody went.
Ooh.
Pure Mustard. Somebody went on a wild guess and hit Tupac Shakur very quickly. All right. Rusty may be pulling this out here. The Gen X novel Lesson Zero by Bret Easton Ellis revolves around the lives of the affluent young people in what city? Do you know?
No, I never heard of this.
Really?
Never heard of
Lesson Zero?
No. I can guess.
What's your guess?
I'm going to guess New York City.
Nope.
I don't know.
You would have been wrong.
Yep, I would have been wrong. I never heard of it.
L.A. That is correct. Ooh. Rusty. Okay, Rusty, you got time. Pure
Hope no one
Mustard.
listened what I said.
Pure Mustard takes the lead. 13-17, double points. In '94, Gen X was captivated by the O.J. Simpson police chase broadcast on TV. What was Simpson charged with?
If it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
God, I remember watching that. I remember where I was.
He's walking around like this in the courtroom, going like this.
I'm not talking about the court hearings. I'm talking about I remember watching that live.
Do you know
too.
that's the Kardashian dad was a lawyer in that?
No, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Tater Dom. Sig Sauer sinks down to the end. Tater Dom, Baker, Rusty, and Pure Mustard still in a ranking position. 14 out of 17. Which console introduced in '83 featured games like Gyromite? Now, we definitely talked about this console.
Ooh.
2600 PlayStation, Genesis, or the NES? What do you think? Gyromite, remember that game?
Nope.
With the little robot thing, and you had to hit the little pipes that went up and down? Oh, shit.
I would have guessed Atari. That was my guess. 'Cause I never heard of it.
We are about to see a change on the leaderboard. It was the NES. Only 2 people got that
Yeah,
right.
I would have gotten it wrong because I have never heard of
Yeah,
that
it was
game.
a little robot thing.
There was a lot of little games of robots.
Rusty comes back. Mustard hangs in there. Laura's still in a ranking position. Tater Dom 6 Hour, you still got a chance. 15 out of 17. What was the name of the dysfunctional Bundy family's neighbors? I fucking love this show. Is this not me? Am I not Al Bundy now?
I don't know the answer, though. I didn't watch it enough.
You don't know the Bundy's neighbors?
No.
Oh my god.
You realize I grew up the very
Yes, it was the Darcys.
strict.
And Rust, no change. No change. Last question. All right, let me go to my hard Kahoot music. Where's my final Kahoot music? I have the hardest time saying that word Kahoot. I don't know why.
Kahoot.
All right, guys. Last question. Gen X.
Wow, that's really loud.
$100. That's probably, yeah, rest in peace headphones users. All right. Good luck, guys. Thanks for joining, all 11 of you.
Which Generation X actor played the role of Johnny Depp? I've never seen this movie.
Never seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
Nope.
Wow.
I am Generation X. Never seen this movie.
Only 2 people got that right.
I would have gotten it wrong. I've never seen the movie.
Rusty, is this the chance? Is this the first time somebody left? Somebody's like, fuck this game. Rusty, I'm rooting for you, buddy. I think you're the only one who hasn't had a winning spot yet. I'm rooting for you, buddy. Let's see.
Here we go. Podium. Baker drinks. Good mustard. Who got first? Here we go.
It's Rusty!
Good job, all of you. Great
Tater
job.
Dom and 6
job,
Hour and
Rusty.
4th and 5th. Wow. Okay, congrats to Baker. Cheers to you. Pure Mustard. And Rusty.
Good
Look at
job.
that, man. Congratulations to you guys. All right, Rusty, I know, he said no way. Rusty, I know how to get a hold of you. Laura, I know how to get a hold of you. Pure Mustard, I don't think I have your email, man. So let's see, YouTube at Wisdom of Whiskey. I'll format this better in a second. So Pure Mustard, email me here as soon as I make this legible. There you go. And just say, hey, I'm Pure Mustard. I came in second. And I will get that gift card out to you probably sometime tomorrow. It won't be tonight. I'll get it out to you tomorrow. And Laura and Rusty, I've already got your email, so I'll get it out to you tomorrow as well. All right, well, cheers, guys. Cool. That was awesome. All right. Man, Rusty. Rusty with the win. Rusty with the win. See, I told you that wasn't that bad. That wasn't that bad.
Yeah. And you won.
That wasn't that bad.
Yeah, good night.
Tell me the music one. The music one was way harder, right?
Yes.
All right, let's see. Pretty Mustard, congratulations, Rusty. Good playing with you guys. 6 Hour, yes. Congrats, I got lucky on being on the podium. Good game, everyone. Old Pirate Bourbon, fun times. Music was very hard. Yeah, music was tough. I agree. It was intentionally tough, though. Not easy, not easy for a millennial. Laura, are you a millennial? I didn't know that. All right, let me put the chat. Where's my YouTube chat? There it is. Okay, let's see. Join Zoom if you guys want to.
Join.
And then, there you go. Let me pin that again. Replace pinned message. There's the new Zoom one. I accidentally closed out Zoom, so. If anybody wants to join. All right, so is there any other Gen X stuff you want to bring up that you want to talk about? Otherwise, we can wrap up the Gen X convo, but.
Oh my word, there's
there's just too much. There's too
there
much.
is, because it's
Okay,
like,
do Gen
it
Xers
pulls
complain
up-
too much? Maybe we just complain too much.
I don't think it's complaining. It's more, for me, it's like just trying to remember. Because a lot happened. It was like, there's so much packaged up.
Packaged up? I don't know where you're going.
In these years.
I don't know where you're going with that. Packaged up in what?
I don't know.
like a
Throw it back.
little.
It's like I'm thinking of salt.
Yeah.
Moving
All
on.
right, let me get that chat off. Well, Rusty, congratulations, man.
Yes, congratulations. Yeah.
First place, man. First place.
I'm just glad Adam Major Zero wasn't here.
There you go. 100% pure mustard. How many of us are on the wrong side of 50? Yeah, I know. Dude, yeah. Oh, Taylor. No, you were in there. That's not true. You were. Listen, Taylor, this is not your generation, but thank you for trying.
Taylor, when I did music, I got all of them, but I think 2 right.
That's my daughter. She loves playing along. I'm glad that you got to play, and you were on a ranking for a little while. Anyways.
Win
so.
some, you lose some. It's just
Yeah,
how it
the
works.
music one was definitely tough for
It was
sure.
very hard.
It's
last
hard
time.
finding like good questions about music though.
No, it's just knowing it, because it's very specific information that you definitely have to follow or be a fan of that music to know sometimes certain things.
Yeah, so it's funny what you had said was if I could hear the music. What my initial idea was to play like a bunch of music. And then have like whoever answers the quick, like like name that tune.
Yeah.
Yeah, like whoever.
You name this in 3
like whoever
notes.
whoever answers what song it is first, like wins. Right. That was I was like that would be a great idea, but like you'll get copyright striked in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So I couldn't do that. But I think that would be really fun too to try to do like a name this.
And
tune
I used to
thing.
watch Name That Tune growing up at my grandparents' house. I used to be able to name music from like very quickly. Now, there's so much music that has such similar or starting points because they're always like someone's using somebody's kind of jingle to it almost like and rebooting it. That's the term nowadays. They reboot everything. Now to the point that my kids hear songs and they're like, people will be like, oh, this is new. And I'm like, no, that's a remake of that song, which is a remake of that song, which is a remake of that song. So it's not the same.
Yeah,
anymore.
well, that was one of the questions was who wrote Knocking on Heaven's Door? And there were some people that put Guns N' Roses on the Kahoot. Yeah, so.
And reboot and redoing stuff has been going on for a long time.
Yeah. All right, so Rusty, here's the question. Are you gonna burn that $100 on some bourbon?
Well, yes.
There
What
you
a
go.
silly question.
Silly.
There you go.
Silly human.
Yeah, and I already started talking with my Alabama mule.
Cool.
So that'll be moving
Hey,
soon.
look, I'm not opposed. I will drive you. You're like 2 hours from me, dude. I will drive, and meet you somewhere for sure.
I didn't realize you were that close. You're only 2 hours?
Yeah, man, you're 100 miles from me.
Really?
Yeah.
It's about 2 hours. You realize?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. Okay, well maybe what we could do is maybe we could do like a meet in the middle, have some lunch or something. I'll do half, you do half.
Well, now let me ask you this: seeing how ACW that Baker Drinks was talking about tonight in Atlanta, the distillery,
The ASW, yeah.
or ASW, yeah. Shoot, let's go there.
I don't even know where that is actually. Let me see, Georgia. Let's see. What in the hell did I just Google?
I don't know.
Girls with short skirts? What is happening?
Oh,
No, please don't.
Yes, I'm over. Yeah, I don't know what is going on there. Okay, there we go. This is the right site. Does it have their location?
It's at the very bottom.
yeah, I was looking it up earlier.
It's right there.
Okay, let me see where this is. Hang on. I don't know how close this is to me. I've never even heard of this place.
That makes
Oh, my word.
Fiddler.
Yeah, no. I mean, I know who they are. Just I've never heard of.
Where on earth?
I had never heard of it. I was watching.
Wrong address. Start point here.
Oh, what the
Watching
fuck?
make her drinks, and
Yeah, there. That makes my. Oh, Jesus Christ! It's like right in the heart of Atlanta. Wait, that can't be right. Is that right? Yeah, that is
Yeah.
right.
I've,
This. Oh yeah, the Stave Room. That's got to be it.
yeah.
Yeah, SW Distillery. Wow, it is like in the heart of Atlanta. Holy cow!
Zoom back out. Trying to see where this is at. It's near Ansley
Piedmont
Park.
Heights.
I think that's Emory. Botanical Gardens is right there.
Piedmont Park. Okay. And where are you at in Alabama? Are you northern Alabama?
no, I am just across. I can throw a rock over the state line on I-20.
Okay, so ASW is way closer to you.
Yeah, it's 62 miles.
So it's about 40 miles from where I am. Okay. Yeah, I mean, shit, if you want to meet there.
Shit, that would be cool, man. What, go on a tour?
Yeah. That'd be
With Whiskey Wisdom? What are you talking about, dude?
Can you just walk in and do a tour? If you could. You know what? That's
Well, I think you have to. I think you might have to plan it out, but whatever.
Yeah, all right. I'll give him a call. Maybe we can schedule that. That might be fun.
Because I want to get that bottle of, I guess it's the Fiddler bourbon that they were talking about that they love so much.
Yeah, I've got somewhere I've got Fiddler. I don't know why I just went to like the Mary Poppins voice there. I think it's like hidden somewhere. Yeah, here it is.
There it is.
I've got
I'm
here. I
still
don't know if
attached.
Laura is still in the chat. I've got the this is the Amberana Fiddler, and then I've also got
Wow.
something else by them. I don't know. It's like buried back there. I've got the Georgia Blue one. It's the white and blue label. I've got it somewhere,
Right.
Oh,
but
it's
it'll take
right
me
on the
too long.
very end.
Is it all the way on the very end?
Yeah, like right there.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Georgia Heartwood.
That's the one I want, I think.
And I was totally wrong on the colors. It's white and gold. So I've got those two. In fact, I've never even had this. It's not even opened.
Well,
Fucking A, man, let's try it. Why do I
yeah.
even... It's been like...
I mean-
it's been sitting up there hidden. I forgot it was even back there.
They were raving about it on Baker Drinks, and it just made me want it just that much more.
All right, well, look. So Laura, assuming she's still here, Pure Mustard says...
Yeah, she comment at the bottom.
Dang it, just realized how late it is for you on the East Coast. Yeah, it is 2:20. Laura says, our favorite was Fiddler Georgia Heartwood. Okay, so here's Fiddler Heartwood. However, did I get rid of the chat? Yeah, this is a single barrel pick by Top Shelf. So specifically, does it have the barrel on here? Single barrel, 58.6. So that is 117.2 proof, if my math is correct. Somebody double check me.
Yeah.
All right, let's. Oh, that was a great pop. Did you hear that? Did the mic pick that up?
No, I didn't pick it up.
All right, I'm gonna try my little baby Glen. I got little baby Glens. My mom got these. You want to try a little baby Glen of this?
I'll try a little baby Glen.
All right, Laura's hyping this up.
Just
Let's
give me
see.
just a,
There you go.
'cause I'm gonna want to actually wake up.
Single barrel, huh? Laura, was the one that you guys had, was it single barrel, or is all of the Heartwood single barrels? I don't know that much about Heartwood, honestly. Maybe all of them are single barrels, and this is just a barrel pick. Sig Sauer heard the pop.
What? I didn't hear it.
I don't know. Maybe it didn't come over on Zoom. All right, I'm gonna let that rest for just a second. I'll put. Oh God, this. I know what this is. This is the Boondocks 18 that I poured. This is such a beautiful bottle. I'm debating buying another one of these bottles. There's still 2 more of them on the shelf at Jack's. It's just so expensive.
Just don't break anything.
This is one of the few bottles, this Boondocks 18 Rusty, that's like pretty pricey, but I feel the price is justified. A lot of the bottles that are expensive, you always go back to, okay, yeah, but I could get Rare Breed for like $50.
Yeah,
You know?
you're right.
Troy says, unsure if single barrel or not, we had samples gifted from Sean. Okay, I'll have to ask Sean. Yeah, I don't know anything about the heart. I mean, it's been sitting on my shelf. I don't even know how long. Bourbon whiskey refinished with hand-harvested charred oak staves. In fact, the reason why I probably bought it is probably because of Sean. He probably told me he liked it.
I smell a banana.
There is a little bit of a banana note on that. What the hell? Huh, okay, I'm gonna taste it. Let's see.
Ooh, that's, ooh.
Wow, that's really oaky. Ooh.
Spicy.
It's like a spicy banana with oak and caramel.
You don't get the caramel, but boy.
That's not bad.
Burn.
Wow. Oh, see, I should have known. Troy and Laura, they love oaky stuff. I should have even realized that going into that. I'm pretty sure that they're like a huge fan of that oaky note.
Ooh.
Boy, you know, that's almost on par with how the Boondocks 18 tastes. What is the age on this?
Has a burn, but it's smooth. It's a smooth burn.
The finish is just incredible.
Ooh.
I don't know what the age is on this. It doesn't say. This is not bad.
What's the proof on it? It must be
I had to do math. 117.
17.
I was gonna say it's over 100 because
It tastes hotter than 117. This tastes pretty hot. Yeah, it doesn't say the age on it. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's a banana pepper.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Troy and Laura.
It's actually good.
That's not
it's
bad.
just. Whew. I usually like mine smooth, but it's smooth. But it's. Whew.
I'm just wondering, you love Chattanooga. Why have you not been up to Chattanooga Distillery yet? I mean,
because I got 4 kids and like 3 jobs. I just haven't had time.
We'll get there.
I would love to, but yeah, it's definitely on my radar. And plus, I've been so tied up with working with Legends, trying to get our bottle done. But that's finally starting to get to a point where, like, a majority of the work is like done, and we just have to wait now.
Yeah, so it's like a lot of little moving parts going on that just build up to one big thing. That's just once things start dying down one by one, and we kind of come back to surface. I think then we'll get to do more travel.
I don't know if I like these mini Glens. I don't think I get as good of a nose as the big.
You kind of need that.
Yeah, I think I like the bigger Glens better.
I have to agree with you on that one.
So, all right. Well, I will call ASW and I'll see if I can set. See how you get it now.
Now that I drink it down more, it needs a Glen.
Yeah. Well, it needs to cant a little bit too. I'll call ASW, Rusty. We'll set up a tour, see if they'll walk us around. What?
Butterscotch.
Oh, you get
caramel.
it now. Yeah. And then I can hand deliver your olive oil stuff too. It's way too late for me. Good night. See you, Laura. We're about to wrap it up too.
Yeah. We're gonna need our rest.
I appreciate you joining, Rusty. Our first official, I guess, After Dark episode. So
it's our moment.
We'll keep it short and sweet. And Rusty, I'll get you that $100 gift card out to you. Spend it whatever you want. I'll get it out to you sometime tomorrow. Okay.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Glad to
Cheers,
have
guys.
Yep. Later.
See you.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to the main. All right, that's it. Thank you guys. I appreciate everybody joining, and we'll do these a little more. We'll fine tune the after hours format eventually.
Yeah, I might get them a little bit earlier than 1
Yeah, this is kind of a test run or trial run, I guess.
Plus
good night, 6 Hour. Appreciate you joining. Laura, Tater, Dom. Tater, man, held out to the end. Thank you, Tater. Appreciate it. Cheers.
Sorry
Have a good night.
so late.
Old Byron Bourbon is still here. Cheers. 100% man, you guys are just freaking rock stars, man, hanging there until the very end. I appreciate that. All right, guys, that's it. I don't even have an outro yet. I haven't made an outro for this, so we just have to end the stream.
I'm gonna start singing.
I guess just say bye.
Bye. Cheers.